You don't need a beach house or a huge budget to bring the charm of coastal decor into your space. I went to Dollar Tree and I wanted to challenge myself. Can I make some coastal inspired decor pieces for my home with a limited amount of supplies, a limited budget, and a lot of creativity? The answer, yes. So today I'm going to show you what I came up with and how to create these beautiful beachy pieces for your own space. First up is this stack of sweetly wrapped books. I've seen a lot of decorative books in coastal interiors, traditional interiors, transitional interiors. It's a great way to add some color and texture into your space for only a little bit of cash. Dollar Tree has so many book options for $1.75 here in Canada. All you need to do is find 3 different hardback books that are 3 different sizes. So I searched this section in my local Dollar Tree, found these 3 books. It doesn't matter what the topic is, what the cover is like, you're gonna be taking the jacket off later. After you take the jackets off these books, you can find some scrap fabric. Now Dollar Tree does have some fabric in store. Sometimes you can score some really cute patterns, but I knew that I had some coastal inspired fabric at home, lots of scraps from lots of different projects, so I wanted to reuse what I had. I had a stripe, a solid, and this floral print in those blues, greens, and natural tones that are truly beach house inspired. Next, I cut a piece of fabric for my first book that was about 1/2 inch taller and wider than the book. And next I'm taking my glue gun and some hot glue sticks and simply gluing this around the perimeter of the entire book. Make sure you fold your book over along with the fabric so that when you close your book, the fabric is big enough for the book to close. When you're working with the spine, just leave that unglued, and at the end, just cut little slits on either side of the spine and then gently roll that little extra fabric there and glue that in place. Once you have the fabric glued all the way around the perimeter of the cover of the book, take some scrap felt pieces, cut those to fit the interior of the covers, and glue those in place so everything looks nice and finished. And now you don't even have to do this step if you know that you're going to keep the books closed and you're using them as decorative books only. Now I have a cute stack of books that I can use as decor on my coffee table, my sideboard, in a little shelfie display, and it only cost me a few dollars to make. This is also a great piece that you can use when you're doing layering techniques for your shelves. Stack them horizontally or vertically, add a bowl or some flowers beside it, and it's the perfect little decor accent. Now this tray might be my favorite transformation. It takes a little bit longer, but the results are absolutely worth it. I'm grabbing this large plastic tray from the party section at Dollar Tree. And then I'm also grabbing some of their jute rope in the thinner and the thicker sizes. You're also gonna need a ton of glue and hot glue sticks for this project. Start by securing the end of the thinner jute rope in the middle of your tray, and then you're going to be wrapping it in a spiral pattern around and around, tacking it at about 1 to 2 inch intervals with your glue. You don't need to put glue over the entire thing, just every now and then to make sure that your rope is secure. Now when you get to the part where there's about 1 to 2 inches from the edge of the bowl, you're going to cut 2 handles to place on either side with the thicker jute rope. I just made mine about the right length that I could grab them easily with my hands. Then secure those in place on either side of the tray with some hot glue, and then continue wrapping that thinner jute rope around so that you can wrap it over top of the handles to secure them even more. Once you get to the edge of your tray, continue wrapping that jute rope and gluing it so that it sits nicely around the edge, and then you're gonna start wrapping it on the back side of the tray. Now you could wrap the entire back side of the tray with jute rope, but I only did about 2 to 3 inches so that you can see the jute when you're looking at the tray from the side. I don't think it's necessary to do the entire tray, but you certainly could if you want. And now I have this cute coastal inspired tray that only cost me a few dollars to make, beautiful on a coffee table as a table centerpiece. You could place some vases on it, some florals, and it would really work all year long. Now these candles are as easy as it gets, but they're so pretty. I love how these ones turned out. I took Dollar Tree's plain glass candle vases. I found them on the end part of one of the shelves in the decor section. I took 2 different sizes, and then I took some twine again and wrapped it 3 times around each of these vases and secured it at the back with hot glue. Next, I'm taking some of Dollar Tree's decorative rocks and placing some in the bottom of each of the vases. Next, I'm taking some white pillar candles, placing those inside and lighting them. You could also use faux candles if you wish for this as well. These are perfect for styling your entry table, as a table centerpiece, for your sideboard, Or if you use faux candles, they're also perfect for a shelf accessory. These would also look really beautiful outside too on a summer's evening. This project is a little unexpected, but it turned out so cute. I love that my Dollar Tree now carries dried florals, and I especially like these palm spears and think they are the perfect coastal touch for decor this summer. I picked up a couple of these, and then I also picked up a couple of Dollar Tree's 8x10 white frames. And then in the apparel section, I found some beautiful infinity scarves in beautiful coastal patterns. My personal favorite was this light blue gingham pattern. Next, I'm taking apart the picture frame and I'm cutting up that infinity scarf and making sure that it's just a little bit bigger than the back of my picture frame and gluing it around that backing. Then I'm reassembling my picture frame with that covered backing, cutting one of the palm spears so that it fits inside the frame and hot gluing that on top. I used 2 different colors of palm spears so that I can have a duo of art that would look so pretty in my home this summer. You could also use different dried flowers for this or pieces of driftwood. Really, the options are endless. You can use your creativity for this project. These are coastal meets cottage core, and I am so here for it. This next project started as a round Dollar Tree glass vase in this vase section. I picked it up and then I painted it white with some white acrylic paint. Now this paint job doesn't have to be perfect. I simply used a foam brush and did 2 coats, letting the first coat dry before I did the second one. Once the vase is all painted, I'm cutting up some of these white and blue floral paper napkins, making sure I'm removing all the plies except for the one with a pattern on it, and then cutting out some motifs. Next, I'm taking some Mod Podge and simply gluing those onto the painted vase, and then applying another coat of Mod Podge on top of the napkin to secure it in place. And you can make this completely random. Use your creativity for this one to make a random pattern. And this gives that old world coastal pottery look. I've seen similar vases at home decor shops for $30, $50, $70. This one only cost me a few bucks, and I think it looks so pretty with some summer flowers inside. If this cake tray does not scream coastal cottage, I don't know what does. I found the perfect plate and bowl combo at Dollar Tree with these beautiful shells on them in the white and blue. And if you're looking for any supplies to make coastal decor, think about those colors: white, blue, natural colors like sand, sisal, and you're gonna have the perfect supplies for your coastal project. I flipped the bowl upside down and made sure the plate looked good on top. And then to assemble this, I put the plate upside down, put a bead of crazy glue around the bottom of the bowl and centered that onto the bottom of the plate. Once that was all dry, everything was nice and secure. And now I can use this as a little display for candles, for soaps in the bathroom. I could use it to serve cake and cookies outside or inside. Really anything you want to give a little pedestal moment. If you love these coastal Dollar Tree DIYs, you're gonna love this video that I'm gonna leave for you next to watch right here, where I share some of my favorite garden-inspired Dollar Tree DIYs that I make on a budget. I have everything here from DIY throw pillows to a strawberry planter. Click right here to watch next.